Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Ford F-150. This is a Heritage supercharged Ford Lightning 2004. This is sent to me by Jose Jimenez in Texas. I have it connected to the scanner. I have not do the alignment of the instrument cluster and keys because he only sent the computer, and I have purchased an instrument cluster and I have my own key, so I can do that. It takes like 10 minutes to grant permission to do it with Ford, but I went ahead and connect the computer to see what faults he has there, because he said that his issues are with the crank sensor signal and PATS anti-theft codes. I do have the engine prohibited by the PATS. I have not do the alignment, and let's see if, because in this vehicle, the PAT system is located in the instrument cluster, and then you have the key in the antenna receiver, which is right in the ignition switch. And I said, let me see if I can align this one and let it run and see if we have a problem with the crank sensor signal, or we just have a problem with the PAT system. Let me see. All these faults are normal with no no vehicle connected, right? So we got the P1000. It's being off the car, so that's not abnormal. All right, so I'm going to uh, also show that we had his bin CA59252, and then CA59252, yeah, 59252. So it matches his bin number. All right, so let me go over to the um, data stream, and again, we have not aligned the cluster, so I would not suspect to have anything in here that tells me otherwise different. I always like to just get the information. Um, Let me see, as far as see what we have here, because the only thing that I got from here is usually just the battery voltage and the RPM. So let's go over to the instrument cluster, which is again where we're going to have to go to special functions to do the alignment of this cluster and my keys to his computer. All right, so reading data stream, we're going to master key present, numbers of key stores, numbers of key stores in the module. Sometimes this doesn't read properly, but we'll see. I like to select all PCM verification. Vehicle status. Vehicle. This is the status is not important. Vehicle enabled status, and we know that it's not going to be approved because we are not yet aligned. So no master key present. The computer is knowing that. Numbers is key is stored in the module 2. PATS. The status is yes. The PCM is stored. Verification is not okay, and is forbidden to start. So when you get this, you can do it with pretty much any scanner, at least a capable scanner. You got to go over to special functions, and then you got to click into anti-theft system. You're going to need two keys because you're going to have to erase the keys. If you want, what you can do in this case, I'm not going to erase the keys. I'm just going to align the PCM because those keys are stored here. So what I usually do is this procedure will take 10 minutes. All right, so this is going to take some minutes, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got the security granted. I actually check on my notes, and no, we do need to erase the keys after we do the parameter reset. All right, so you will go here, and then as you can see, depends on what you're doing. If you are programming a new computer, then yes, you have to pretty much do what I'm doing. And then if you replace an instrument cluster, then you have to select the correct sequence. So customer spare key, no ignition key, erase program additional key. So if you replace a cluster or you replace the PCM, you're gonna follow the same procedure. So we will do parameter reset. required when a new PCM or PATS module is installed or reprogrammed. So we're going to click OK. You will require two keys to start a vehicle if you have replaced the PATS. Instrument cluster, big, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to continue? Yes. This operation has been successfully done. You will notice in your instrument cluster that says Diag. When you do this, you click OK. Do you wish to continue? Yeah, not sure what happened there, but well, when you're doing that and you're getting access to that, don't waste your 10 minutes of time unless you had that on the instrument cluster. Probably what happens is since I did the first process trying to just do what the scanner said, I didn't completely turn everything. Well, I did turn everything off in here, but I didn't get out from the scanner and just reconnect. So what I did this time, I got out, re-ID the vehicle, and then now the diag in the cluster is there. I was able to, do a sweep in all the gauges, so I know that I have communication and everything. But yeah, you want to make sure that those two lights are on the diag and the ABS to grant access for the pads. Otherwise, it's not working properly. All right, so 290 seconds of waiting. Usually, when it gets down to 200, I think it says the permission is granted for the operation of the anti-theft. Um, in the meantime, I just want to also show you that if you have any repairs, you can go over to my website, which is, as it says, look for Mike Salazar Diagnostics. I know my name is spelled differently, and that's just the way it sounds. And as a Spanish person, um, you can start a chat. When you open this chat right here on the corner, it will make you a couple of questions. Just please share your email because if otherwise you don't revisit the chat, you will not get the answers on there. Otherwise, you can just click here on this other box. I put the phone number because a lot of people were like, I don't see your phone number. So when you open this will open your email um, provider, Outlook or whatever you use for that, and then just send me an email. That is definitely the best way because then I can get the complete access to you. If you want to send me your telephone number, I can contact you right away and then discuss what is that you need to repair. All right, so we should be really close to that granted access. Yeah, no, and then still counting down. So let me pause the video and I'll be right back. I'll let you know, guys, know when is exactly that goes into access granted. All right, and 141 seconds went to security access granted. All right, we're going to click OK. We're going to do the parameter reset just to make sure that everything is as it's supposed to. We're going to click OK. You want to continue, and we're going to click on there. Erasing an ignition key is necessary, so let's do that. It should say successful. All known keys has been erased. You must now program a minimum of 2 keys, and it is going to tell you how you do it. So you have to turn the key to the off position, disconnect the scanner from the connector, and then cycle key 1 from the off to the run position for at least 3 seconds. Turn the ignition off, change the key, and then do that with the second key. So we're going to do that. We can leave that in the scanner. That is not a problem. So all we need to do is make sure that we take this off, like ignition is off. Wait for that to go off. We're going to unplug the scanner from the OVD port. That should remove the diag. You see, because until the scanner, or if the scanner is connected, even though you turn the ignition off, it was still saying diag. So 10 seconds again, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to click on switch ignition on for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do the second key. All right, guys, I found that one of my wires in the TX and RX signal coming from the antenna was off, which Not a problem because the actual parameter reset and everything was done properly. So all I did was connecting that one, switching the ignition off for 3 seconds, put the one key, and then turn the ignition off, change the key, turn the ignition back on for 3 seconds, and now the test light is off. I can show you that indeed that is now learned because if, again, now the ignition is off, I'm going to turn the ignition back on and you're going to see the test light going off. That means it's learned. Now we should have granted access to the vehicles, PATS, and it should be relearned. So we should now go from forbidden to allowed, and we can see, or we will be able to see that on the actual um, instrument cluster data. All right, so there's a 4, again, CA59252. We're going to go to quick access, and these are just selections that are normal when you're doing that. Yep, everything is connected, so it should go fairly quick. I got everything ready as far as to run the computer after I do this. Um, and my problem was connecting that without my glasses, and I made a mess in there or didn't connect it right. Sorry, like properly in. All right, so there's going to be a supercharge equipped. All right, let's go over to the instrument cluster, and in this time we don't need to go over to the security access. We're just going to go over to data, read data stream, and we're going to select again master key present, numbers of key store. We're going to select all these verifications and vehicles enable status. And as we can see now, we have a master key present, numbers of store key 2. Everything is yes, 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 and the vehicle is enabled. So as far as PATS, we have absolutely no issue with the system. So that means that whatever problem he has with the paths is on the car and not with the ECM. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is let's see if we can run this vehicle or not. So I'm going to set the foolproof as only providing the cam sensor signal. I'm going to select this one to send the cam or crank sensor signal, and that should be already reading or running. I don't see that happening, so let's go. I'm not sure if I can see engine RPM in here because I am in the cluster. So let's get out of here and let's now enter the PCM because that's his other concern, no crankshaft position sensor signal or a problem with the crankshaft position sensor signal. All right, let's read the codes. I'm going to now go back and make sure that PATS is okay. We have, let me clear the DTCs to make sure that enable engine prohibited paths full is gone. And it is. All right, so that's no longer there. Again, that is in the vehicle. All right, so we're going to go to data. And only things that I really want to have, I mean, I can put the intake air temperature sensor and some other things in here. But realistically, for what we need is just the battery and the RPM. So let's put the battery voltage, camshaft, status, desired. I'm looking for engine RPM, engine revolutions per minute. Intake temperature and voltage right here. Not this one. I don't know why it says 2. Maybe this vehicle has 2. Let me see what else. Model supply voltage just to add something. Throttle position. All right, the intake temperature is normal. There is no RPM, no error on the camshaft. But do we have, let me see if we have a crankshaft, because I didn't see crankshaft data or PID. Because we got the camshaft, comprehensive. I guess they don't do that PID because you got the engine RPMs, which at the end is divide or derived by the crankshaft position sensor. Yep. Let me see what else we got. Close throttle. So let's open that throttle a little more. And we can see this now, and instead of closed throttle, is now partial throttle. I don't see any problems. I don't have an actuation, obviously. Nothing is happening. So I'm going to move that signal that I'm providing right now from here to my uh, pull probe and see if it's any change, because we're definitely not reading any RPM. All right, so give me 1 second. All right, I connected the actual signal coming from the full probe and no difference. So yes, I can definitely reproduce the no start condition. These computers has a failure on two things. Sometimes they don't or don't run. You have to like let it warm and then it will run. Or sometimes they can run cold and as soon as it warm ups, it does not run after you have to like let it cool down another 10 minutes or so and then it reacts again. I don't see that happening in here. I don't have fault codes. Anything is stored on the module that lets me to believe anything else. So when my next steps will be to open up the computer and see if I see any water damage or anything that might be necessary to correct. All right, guys. So, but yeah, so this is part one testing. I again have to grant access on the PATS system. Let me just give a closure for this part one. All right, guys. So again, this is sometimes a little hard to see what is happening on a vehicle. I'm trying to help as much as the customers. And when he told me that he had the path issue, and you can see with the fault that wasn't, stored in there, um, not the case here. But I can definitely reproduce the issue of no start. So I will open the computer, see if it's not a, completely corroded computer, which I doubt based on the amount of amperage that I'm reading on my power supply. It looks like it's healthy, but sometimes that can be deceiving without actually having a visual inspection on the module. But yeah, this is part one. I'm going to get some pictures for him. I open the computer, send the pictures to him, and let him know if it can be or not repaired. All right, guys, if the computer can be repaired, I will be posting a second video where I show this computer fully working again. All right, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I am actually really looking forward to reach that 50,000 mark. So if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Help me reach that 50,000 mark and probably 100,000. I mean, the sky is the limit, right? Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.